Welcome back. Before we get started, some of you may know I got demonetized, but then I managed to speak to YouTube and they monetized the channel again after my initial appeal was rejected. The whole thing, it was so stressful. I'm going to talk about everything in detail at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you want to support the channel, join the Patreon. Once I get about 10 subs on there, I'm going to start pushing out loads of content on there as well. But anyway, let's get into the video.
You call women fat, you say that they shouldn't have abortions, you say that they have STDs. You know,
I mean, the question is, are they fat, yes or no? The average American woman is 170 pounds. That's objectively overweight.
I mean, let's be honest, we now celebrate morbid obesity as some kind of body positive thing, and it is complete nonsense.
So I was actually watching your podcast earlier, and you spoke to someone who was, I would say, probably a size 12, and you called her fat, obese, and a divorcee.
She was fat, obese, and a divorcee. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. This is the thing, women, we don't want to live in reality. We don't want to say things that are true. Was she fat? Yes. Was she a divorcee? Yes. These things are just objective facts.
Okay, I'm going to have to objectively...
And she insulted me first.
Everyone says it's okay to be fat, so why do you care if I call you fat? I've seen fat women all over magazines saying, oh yeah, big is beautiful, and it's okay to be obese. Alright, so if you're proud of it, and I call you fat, why are you getting offended?
But so you both agree that women are oppressed.
Yes.
You're women. Are you oppressed?
Yes.
How are you oppressed?
There's been countless and countless times, whether it be in academia, podcast, whatever, where I say something and people say like she's a dumb bitch, or in academia it's more like,
That's not an example of your oppression.
Well, if people are literally saying that, but then when it comes to a man saying the exact same thing I said, being like, oh, that was actually a very intelligent point, well then they are degenerating me, or then they...
Are you talking about double standards? Because there's plenty of...
That's a form of oppression. You don't think double standards is a
There's
form of
some
oppression?
that benefit men.
Using the word
How are you
oppression
defining
denotes
oppression?
themes of slavery and genocide.
She really just said, how do you define oppression? Oppression, prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or exercise of authority. So I don't think someone calling you a dumb bitch is oppression. I don't think you can say you're oppressed because of that. I think you're just trying to play the victim.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because they suck. We do need men, though. We do.
We don't need them.
We do.
No, because they're lesbians.
Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman? Your toilet breaks down. Who do you call?
So I fix my own car. I can do. I'm motor mechanics.
Your power supply. Who runs it? Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
Oh, at the moment, men, obviously,
Yeah,
because of patriarchy. Because of patriarchy.
Oh no.
But
You know what, I'm so sick and tired of hearing all these feminists talk about how they don't need men, because that's all they're doing is talking. None of them are proving it, are they? None of them are taking any action. All they're doing is talking about it on podcasts. If I can blow this channel up, I'm going to try and set something up where we can get a group of feminists who think they don't need men, get them together, set them up so they can work on an oil rig, or, I don't know, do a week of bricklaying in the winter, and see how quickly they crumble.
I really don't care what they think.
How much money is in your guys' savings account?
$500,000.
What's the craziest thing you've done to an ex?
I made a fake social media account and I pretended to be a girl just to like try to pick him up, and he failed the test and then I cut his tires.
So in 5th, we have Mercedes. What? In 4th, Victoria.
I think I'm just too rich for these guys.
They don't really have taste. I definitely think it reflected how much they could handle a really bad
Emotional, damn it!
Anyone that uses the term "you're for the streets" definitely makes under
50K a year.
She belongs to the streets.
All right, okay.
You see any man with money saying, she's for the streets? Like, be for real. These are men in their parents' basement eating potato chips, playing Nintendo at 12 a.m., watching a stream saying, this bitch is for the streets. Like,
Well, the guy that created it was Future, and he's definitely makes more than 50K a year.
and Future probably has 1 million baby mamas and STDs, and is he well respected? No.
I think he is well respected, actually.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he's a legend in the rap industry, and most guys respect
But he
him.
makes a lot of money, but he also does rap, where you rap about people, so. And I definitely don't think he's on this stream commenting $5 just to say, she's for the streets.
You know what, I just want to say, I make more than 50K a year, and she's for the streets.
12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo.
No. It's a pretty permanent decision. They can't make the decision for themselves yet. Something permanent on their body.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
Yes. And I understand how that sounds really hypocritical. Yes, it's a permanent change on their body, but I think that at that point in their life, they probably know who they are, who they want to be.
And you think so at 12 years old?
Yes.
This don't even make any sense. What's worse, getting a tattoo at 12, that's pretty bad, or getting puberty blockers? Obviously getting puberty blockers at 12 is way worse. That's going to do permanent damage to your body. That these people, they're just living in the biggest delusion ever.
There is this emphasis, by the way, and I would say this is in lockstep with feminism today, on telling women to act like men. Yeah, would you agree? Like, you could go, you want to be like a man. You can do that all by yourself. You don't need a man. All my single ladies, where are we at? Let's work 9 to 5. What? I want to stay home and cook, barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen. I'm cool with that. I like to bake. Leave me out of this feminist nonsense. So now women are being told that they can do it all. And so guess what happens, ladies? You're going to have to do it all, right? Literally, because you're still the person that has to have the kids. Only one of you body is going to be able to produce the milk that these babies need, getting maternity leave off to sprint back to work. Who chose this life for us? Send me the rabid feminist that chose this for us.
This happened to me. I posted a video for Trump, right, on my personal social media. And one of our big sponsors called and said, take that down. You know what I said? Go f yourself. You vote for whoever you want to vote for, and I'll vote for whoever I want to vote for. That's how this works. I don't even care who you're voting for. It's none of my fucking business. F you.
Yeah.
Don't ever fucking call me and tell me who to vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel in fear these days, you know? A lot of people feel in fear that if they don't vote for certain people, they're going to lose their jobs. I mean, it's Hollywood, for example.
Think about how fucking crazy that is.
It sounds insane. It sounds just like...
Well, it'll keep happening unless more people stand up for themselves.
Yeah, I'm glad he did that, because I don't care what your opinion is, even if it's different to mine. I don't care. You're supposed to have your own opinion and your own thoughts on things. Yeah, people are supposed to disagree. Like, just because you like some politician I don't like, I'm never going to sit there and think I can tell you what to do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just so weird, and that's what is wrong with today's generation. They want to tell you how they feel, and if you disagree with them, they try and cancel you.
We were tipped off by some concerned parents that a travesty was occurring in the swimming pool. On Friday, a race took place in which there were 10 participants. 9 of the participants were teenage girls. They were either 13 or 14. And one participant, if you can imagine, was a male, age 50. The name of this person is Nicholas Sapita. He goes by his alias these days, and that would be Melody Wiseheart. I could come to an event like this. I could say I identify as a 13-year-old girl, and I swim with the 13-year-old girls.
We base on Swimming Canada registration. So if the swimmer registered in Swimming Canada registration as a female, she will be eligible to come down to actually swim in this heat.
This is why they demonetize my channel. Reuse content. But this is their policy, and it says what is allowed to monetize. A funny or thoughtful revision of content that you didn't originally create. reaction videos where you comment on the original video. That's what I do. When you get demonetized, you need to send a video appeal, no longer than 5 minutes, and explain why they've made a mistake. So I did that, but I had a technical issue and only 1 minute of my video uploaded. Then the internal team said, you didn't give us enough information, we've rejected your appeal, you now have to wait 90 days before you can reapply. I was like, oh shit, my full video hasn't uploaded, so I needed to contact customer service, which is what I did. The lady was very helpful. She said, I'm going to forward all this information and the full video of your appeal to them. Before she could do it, I lost connection and I had to reconnect to another customer service agent. And this guy basically said, nope, I'm not doing it. The decision is final. And then I told him, well, your colleague was just going to do it. So then he said, oh, well, if she was going to do it, I'll do it. Bearing in mind, customer service agents do not deal with the monetization of channels. It's their job to forward information to the internal team who deal with that. He was refusing to do it until I told him someone else was going to do it. So they can just decide whether or not to pass on important information. It's up to them, depending on how good or bad of a day they've had. How insane is that? Anyway, so he eventually sent it across to the internal team. They realized they'd made a mistake. They remonetized the channel. And I was just thinking, like, how ridiculous is that? If he just said, no, I'm not going to send it to them, I wouldn't have even been able to send the information that they needed to see, and I would have remained without monetization, all because he decided he didn't want to send it to them. That's insane. How is that how the whole process works? And to make it even worse, when you get demonetized, obviously that's 90 days you need to wait if you lose your appeal before you can start earning money again. But also, the whole month's ad revenue you've made gets refunded to the advertisers, which again doesn't make any sense, because by that point, some of my videos are on like 800,000 views. The advertisers have advertised their product or whatever services they have to offer on my channel. It's already reached the consumer. So as far as I'm concerned, the advert has done what it's needed to do, right? They've got their money's worth. But YouTube says, nope, we're going to refund all the advertisers and take all of your month's earnings. And I was like, that's ridiculous. But anyway, whatever. They monetized me in the end. So yeah, it doesn't sit right with me knowing that someone can just have full control. And remember, some people, YouTube is their full-time job. It's how they like provide for their families and everything. So imagine this happened to someone who relies on YouTube as their income, and you've got some guy in customer service who's like, nope, I'm not going to send your information to the internal team. It can just fuck your whole life up. So yeah, there needs to be some changes in this whole process. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel further, make sure you join the Patreon. Once I hit about 10 subs on there, I'm going to start posting exclusive content, building the community on there. I'm also going to start giving or doing giveaways for anyone who's a Patreon each month. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.